Late at night, the abandoned factory on the outskirts of the city was like a dormant behemoth, exuding a chill under the moonlight. The sound of police sirens pierced the silence, and the red and blue alternating lights illuminated the front of the factory gate brightly. Criminal Police Captain Xiao Feng looked solemn as he led his team members hurriedly into the factory. The messy footprints and signs of fighting on the ground told of a fierce conflict that had just taken place. Not far away, a figure huddled in the corner. It was the informant, Xiao Li, who tremblingly recounted his encounter. Xiao Li was an ordinary courier. After delivering his last order tonight, he was cycling past the factory when he heard strange noises coming from inside. Out of curiosity, he quietly went in to take a look, only to run into several masked men surrounding a sack that seemed to be wriggling. Before he could react, those men spotted him and pounced on him menacingly. He managed to escape and called the police. While listening, Xiao Feng carefully observed the scene. He noticed some powder residue around the sack and leaned into sniffing. He was startled. Could it be related to the rampant drug trafficking in the city recently? Following the traces, they came to the entrance of the factory basement. The basement was filled with a putrid and damp smell, and the lights flickered dimly. The team members advanced cautiously. Suddenly, a faint cough came from the depths. Everyone immediately became alert and gathered around with their guns drawn. There, a thin young man was tied to a chair, his face bruised and his eyes full of terror. The young man's name was Chan, and he was a drug addict. He cried and confessed that he had accidentally learned that this factory was a drug den and had thought of getting some benefits, but he was caught red-handed. The drug dealers interrogated him, suspecting he was an undercover police officer. Before he could defend himself, there was a commotion outside caused by Xiao Li, and the drug dealers rushed out to deal with it, leaving him tied up there. Just then, Xiao Feng's phone rang. A tip-off came through the group of drug dealers was about to transfer a large quantity of drugs, and the suspected location was near this factory. Xiao Feng looked around and a sense of unease welled up in him. Things were probably not that simple. They continued their search and came to a hidden iron door at the end of the basement. The door slowly opened, and a blinding strong light shone out. Inside was a makeshift drug processing workshop, with all kinds of chemical instruments and semi-finished products piled up like a mountain. But there was no sign of the drug dealers. Xiao Feng keenly sensed something was wrong and shouted, "No, it is a trap." But it was too late. The iron door behind them slammed shut, and pungent smoke poured in through the vents. Obviously, the drug dealer had planned this long ago, intending to trap the police and escape. In this critical moment, Xiao Feng calmed down and realized that the ventilation ductable might be the way out. He directed the team members to form a human ladder and managed to climb into the duct with great difficulty. After crawling all the way, they finally found the exit, and outside the exit was the backyard where the drug dealers were loading drugs onto vehicles, ready to flee. A fierce gun battle broke out as the police and the drug dealers fought desperately. In the end, the drug dealers were all caught and a large amount of drugs was confiscated. When the dawn's light shone down, Xiao Feng looked at the criminals being escorted into the police cars, his heart filled with mixed emotions. This night's heart-stopping experience was just a small part of their fight against crime, and the crimes hidden in the shadow would eventually be exposed to the sunlight one by one.